Yeah. All right, get in here. Oh, man, my goat. Hey, I needed him to know the job is hard, man. That's what I needed. That kid saved my life, just for the record. He's the absolute goat. Saved my life. I wouldn't be here without him. I love that kid to death. Shout out to Mac D Guts. That kid is Counterparty, by the way. Like, I do the stream and whatnot, and they throw my face on the screen, but that kid is literally the company. He's like Rasmer calls me the industry. That kid is the industry. That kid does the hard part. All right, that's enough. He gets too much glaze. At some point along this line, along the lines, April Fools became a millennial slop garbage. It's like, you remember when pranks transitioned from like a heartless little tap someone on the shoulder and they look the other way to like pouring battery acid on your boy when he's sleeping and like posting it on IG Reels? Well, the same thing happened with April Fools. Okay, April Fools used to be like, haha, we're closed today. And then now April Fools is like, hey, we're committing securities fraud and our company got acquired. Pump our token 50% and then we're going to stack it on your face. I don't know when or why or how it happened, but it did. There's a lot to talk about. We have war updates. Iran this morning, Drift got exploited. There's a lot of commentary. Trump is addressing the nation tonight. Activists investing on Snap. Oracle laid off 30,000 people. Bro, I went to a 5A high school, which is one of the biggest in the state of Virginia, and there was like 1,500 kids, all grades. Insane. 30,000 layoffs from Oracle, and it's green. Hyperliquid mobile app coming out. I mean, there's like scientists are getting assassinated all over the country. SpaceX IPO, Warren Buffett podcast. There's like a lot to talk about today and a lot to cover. Does anybody here pray to the market gods when you trade? Does anyone here pray to the market gods? Not like God, but the market gods specifically. Not God, but like the market gods. Okay, there's this thing I learned. Okay, I used to be like a relatively competitive basketball player, right? And I had this coach who we don't like, and he was kind of like a complete slob, with all due respect. We won't go too deep, but he's like not a good person. But he was like a high level like college coach once upon a time. And college coaches specifically, this culture in college coaches, okay, is they're kind of like really bad people, I think, but they're super superstitious about the basketball gods, okay? And they would always do this thing where they would talk about the basketball gods. And if you play the right way, the shot will just go in. Like if you dive on the floor on an offensive rebound and kick it back out for three, it's always going in. Watch. The offensive rebound three is always going in, okay? Every single time. If you play the wrong way, but you're winning games, the basketball gods will always come back to haunt you, okay? And you have to worship the basketball god. You have to treat him with respect. You have to treat the game with respect, and the basketball gods will reward you. Like Bam Adebayo will never win a ring because he disrespected the game of basketball. He will never win a ring. He disrespected the game of basketball. He spit in the face of the basketball gods, and he will never win a ring for his entire life. Dan Hurley, the coach of UConn, is the GOAT, okay? And so he comes from a basketball royalty family, okay? His dad is like the greatest high school basketball coach of all time. His brother was a fucking superstar at Duke, big time coach. His other brother is a big time coach, and then he's the best coach of all of them. And when he first got the job at UConn, they lose in the first round to Villanova, and he goes on the presser and he says verbatim, y'all better get your fucking wins in right now because there's not going to be too many of those to go around. Once we get going, there's not going to be too many more wins to go around. So get them in now, cherish them now, enjoy them in now because you're not going to be getting too many more wins. Okay? And so since then, he's gone on 3 out of 4 Final Fours. They won back-to-back national championships. He's basically going to be like the best coach of all time, like 4 years into UConn, right? And 60 Minutes did this interview of Dan Hurley, okay? And he's a sociopath. He cusses every other word. He screams at the refs. He chews out his players. He kicks balls. His wife tells stories. Like he doesn't know how to take out the trash. He's never cleaned the house. He's like a complete disaster, but he's an unbelievable basketball coach. And this is just how college coaching culture works, from what I understand, is they can't do anything. They're completely like useless human beings, but goddamn, they can coach basketball. And 60 Minutes did a bit on Dan Hurley. And what they did is they're like filming him, like privately filming him. And before opening night at UConn, Dan Hurley offers to the gods. He offers like a gift to the basketball gods, an offering. Okay, and so before every home game, Dan Hurley takes a sage, sages the entire court, all 94 feet, specifically on the free throw line, the corner threes, and the other free throw line. He takes holy water and he sprays the nets before every single game with holy water. And then he takes garlic cloves and he plants them under the bleachers as an offering to the basketball gods to reward them for playing the right way come game day. Okay? Look at this shit. Look at this real quick.
Next in Hurley's ritual, spritzes of holy
water. Look at the guy. Fucking sociopath. Doesn't know how to take out the trash. Can't do anything serious, but he's spraying the nets with holy water.
Finally,
look at this.
out come bags of garlic
for
bulbs.
Game 1.
He's not playing for the camera here, folks.
And he's putting them under the bleacher as an offering, as a tribute to the basketball gods.
By
this is a coach making fucking
under the home bleachers.
I would never play for a coach like this, and that's why you would never go to the league. That's why you will never be great. That's why you'll never take the shit seriously as somebody else. That's why you will never make it to the next level. Okay? If you're not putting garlic cloves under the bleachers, you just don't want it that bad. Simple as that. Bar none. Nothing else in between. Okay? And he's a fucking freak, sociopath, absolute lunatic nut job. And my only takeaway from this is that was a crazy stray, by the way. I'm so sorry. I don't know why what got into me. Slinks, you're my guy. My only takeaway from this is that we have got to figure out some sort of ritual where we pray to the market gods. Whether it's like every time we enter a position, we go short like $1 of ETH on leverage just to like say we stand with you wanting this thing to go down. Maybe we like buy a bond, $1 of a bond every day. I don't entirely know what it is, but we have got, does anyone have any suggestions? Because I think we need to come up with some ritual to pray to the market gods every time we open a position. I really believe that we need to do this. I'm not sure if we could do what is our equivalent to garlic cloves and holy water on the nets? I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's going to be short ETH. Every time you open a position, you have to short $1 of ETH on a perps platform is probably what you should do. Or maybe buy $1 of Bitcoin, something like this. But we need some offering, a peace offering. Like, you know what it probably is? Is every time we enter a trade, we should short $1 of XPL and say, I know you want this thing to go to 0. I support you in the mission. I'm with you. You help me, I will help you. And we've been entering a lot of trades recently. I think that's what we're going to do, actually. Every time we open a trade, whether it's stocks, whether it's oil, whether it's crypto, whether it's anything in between, if you really are superstitious and care about the trade executing well, you should go as high leverage as you possibly can. $1 of margin, PL short, every trade. Let me do a quick topic here. One of the reasons I'm so infatuated with who we are becoming as a community and like who we are as people and the way that we think about the market is that I think it's very unique and it's, I don't know if it's contrarian, but it's just different. It's just different. And I feel every day we get validated deeper that you can just click on attention and win. Now, that's not the only thing that we should do. Obviously, fundamentals still matter. Long-term plays still matter. But it's been pretty cool to be vindicated on this trading style every single day. And one of the reasons I like crypto people specifically is because as the entire world just converges amongst this permanently online, nothing is real, headlines drive everything, everyone's manipulating everything. These alternative styles, I'm giving this a lot of credit right now, but these alternative styles like seep through. It's a new era, okay? And I don't think anyone's perpetrated that better than crypto in inventing a new era and being early to these things. But deep within the depths of crypto, whenever there is edge in the market, it gets exploited. And you see things that you could never imagine you would see. Like if I were to show Warren Buffett the clip that I am about to show this stream, I am not sure he would even have the words to reply at what he just saw. I mean, it would be it. If I were to show Jesse Livermore what I'm about to show you guys in the stream, he would be like, I was born 100 years too early. That's what he would say. What I'm about to show you. It's objectively bad. But before I show it, I just implore you to think and ask yourself, is it his fault or is it the market's fault? But this shit fired me the fuck up. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm going to start by saying pretty wild to see how these Fortnite pros even have a mechanical edge over you. I've never flick shotted to buy a coin before. You need to hit aim training and set your keybinds these days if you want to have edge. All right, ready?
Right after I ordered. Whoa. Is this real? That is real. Yeah.
What?
That's a Solana tweet, by the way.
No, the job's not finished.
Oh, it didn't film
Fees to
me.
him. Fees to him bonded. Fees to him bonded.
Feed him on him.
Guys,
I'm in it.
I'm up so fat.
I'm just late as fuck.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm first TX with 6 soul. 3k fill. I just made
100.
I'm the fucking GOAT! Let's go!
Film me.
Right after I ordered.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is this real?
6 soul at 3K, 13%. Haywood says money is karmic in this life or the next. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even really sure what I just watched. He bought 13% of this coin. He PvP'd the other one that had fees before the fee thing popped up from the doxed wallet that's being copy traded and then just like destroy. Here's what happened. Brain moves different. Buy the cashback one, insta sell, DD, up quick buy, first TX new one, quick 100 for Solana. 300,000 views. First comment, it's immoral to let a sucker keep his money. And so, dude, I haven't traded on chain in a while. Like, I haven't traded meme coins in a while. I popped into my trench chat today and was my trench chat. I popped into my trench chat today just to like make fun of Spoono for Meme Scope Monday. And I couldn't really believe my eyes at how, I mean this very respectfully. I really do mean it very respectfully. There's very talented people in there. I couldn't believe how much of a wasteland it was, really. And it is like bad right now. On chain is bad. It has gotten bad. It has really, really, really just genuinely, honestly gotten bad. But I'm just going to say, I'm not a glazer of this. I would never trade like this. I don't trade from doxed wallets. I think that the trenching on stream is bad. I think that I'm just going to say whatever you want back to me. What I just watched was kind of electric. Just the fact that you could do it is wild. I'm not participating. I'm not playing. I think it's bankrupt. Yada, 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 yada. It was electric. I'm sorry. I thought it was kind of electric. But okay, what I was going to say before we get to the market, we're going to get to the market very soon. Let's get off this topic. Drift got exploited $270 million. It's a fucking lot. I mean, that is an unreal amount of money. I would like to say this is the type of thing you see at the bottom, but it can always get worse. Let's just be honest. I stand on everything that I've said about meme coins, specifically Solana meme coins, and I'm happy that we are finding other ways to make money in the market, even if it's on things getting worse. Because what's going to happen is going to happen. You're not going to impact the market either direction. You might as well just play. And so I don't know exactly what happened to cause this exploit, but he walked away with $4 million in Farcoin, 3 in Syrup, Jito Sol, WETH, DSOL, CBBTC, amongst a bunch of things. And Mert was really early to this. Like, if I was paying attention, okay, there was an admin key leak, which is just unreal. If I was paying attention to this, Terminally Online wins again, right? It's like if you didn't take a single trade in the last month, you could have binked that this was happening. You could have, with very little skills on SoulScan, figured out that this kid had $4 million in Farcoin and was selling. And you could shorted Farcoin. That could have been your only trade for the last couple months, and you could have done really well, which is interesting. And so, yeah, this happened. It's brutal. If you have money in DeFi protocols, like, take it the fuck out. A topic came out that I'm fucking sad about. It made me fucking sad. Okay? And Rodeo tweeted, I don't know if it's Rodeo or Rodeo. I use Rodeo. The on-chain analyst becoming an endangered species kind of sucks. They probably should have become AI researchers. I am just going to go out on a limb, and I want to talk about this for a couple minutes, and I'm going to move on. That I think some of the smartest, most talented people that have ever come through crypto are the on-chain analyst, the on-chain sleuth. I would argue Zach XBT type figure, MLM type figure, these on-chain guys are probably the coolest subset niche of any in finance analysts. Like, they're so much cooler than these earnings report guys, whatever. Adam Tech. It's the coolest niche of all time. And in order to do this, I don't think people understand how much skill it takes to be good at on-chain. Because the people that made money from on-chain are the most active. It's very activist. Like, you are finding stuff in the market on-chain that nobody else can find and identify. And it's a damn shame that this is a dying breed rather than a growing one. It's a damn shame, in my opinion, because to me, I have always believed that this cohort of people is just some of the most talented ever. It just is so talented. I've watched LTR is one of my favorite. And I remember when meme coins were dying in spring of 25, and I was really looking for edge. I wasn't posting. I was just like looking for edge and making it on chain. And we really took it upon ourselves. I took it upon myself to get good at on chain, like figure out how to read souls. Cause it's crazy. It's like, man, I've been in crypto for 5 years. I don't know how to read on chain. Like, let me ask you, if I sent you the address of the exploiter from Drift, would you be able to go through SoulScan and see what he's doing, how much money he has, how much he's sold? Like, who, yes or no, don't lie, because I wouldn't have been able to do this other than a year ago. I genuinely wouldn't have been able to do it. I was in crypto for 5 years and I did not know how to read Etherscan. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll say that shit with my chest. I didn't know how to read Etherscan. I didn't know how to read SoulScan. And so I really locked in spring, summer, of learning how to track and monitor the order books. Who's bidding, where are they funded from, where are fresh wallets, what else have they bought, how profitable are they, when are they making money, when are they not, what else are they buying, what wallets are clustered, who has the bundle, like really going deep on that. And it's one of the most fascinating niche. Like, you know, oftentimes I think about the world outside of our little niche and how little they know. If you really did a documentary type of deep dive on like a Zach XPT tracking an exploit and uncovering how he got to the bottom of it, it would be, people would be mesmerized that you can do what he's able to do. It would, and then it's one thing to find the data, but then to display it like a data scientist. Is that what they do? Data scientists? To display it and to chart it and to graph it and to evolve it into English language is so unreal of a skill. These people could work anywhere. They could work anywhere. Zach XBT could work anywhere at any company. I don't even know if he's a dev. They could work anywhere. If you are able to do this and uncover what's happening on an exploit live, spot it, track it, update it live, post it to Twitter. If you are able to do that, which is a skill you could learn, anybody could do, you could get any job anywhere, any company. I would hire you. I would hire you. You could get any, we are Tulip King. You could get any job anywhere at any company. It's a shame you used to be able to trade off of it and you can't anymore, but it is what it is. It was a shockingly green one. Let me ask you this before I go any further. Do you believe the green in stocks right now? Yes or no? Do you believe green in stocks? Yes or no? Yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore. I genuinely don't. Well, here we are. It does kind of feel mechanical, by the way. It does feel a little bit mechanical. SPY closes at 655 plus 0.7%. I think it was like 1.5% green at one point. Russell up percent. The Dow up half. Hughes 1.25. And IGV software ETF, the worst asset ever of all time. This piece of shit, dog shit, trash, garbage asset. Down about 0.5%. Crypto sucks. Hyperliquid 36 down 1.5%. Sol sucks. This is the exploit candle. Zcash sold the bottom. Oh, I told you guys I closed yesterday. I closed because I bought on momentum and I should have bought right on the quantum thing, but I was late because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't terminally online. So I closed. I didn't trade how I wanted to trade. So I didn't get much sizing because it didn't go up. I added things to go up now, and I just closed minus, I don't know, 8% on small size because I didn't get much sizing because it didn't go up. I'll re-enter if this thing really rips. Like, we break out of this, and yeah, we fucking look good. Maybe I'll re-enter. But yeah, you missed the obvious megachurch trade when Google posted the quantum article where Zcash is mentioned 38 times. I know that because I actually read the article. No, I didn't, but I controlled F Zcash, and it was a sick little, like, I don't know, you could have done like plus 12-ish% in a straight line. It's fine. Happens. Monero, not much. ETH. You could have longed ETH, by the way, as well, but I just, again, market gods, we care. Gold up 2%. Gold looks really good. 10-year up a little bit. Tau had a nice candle, but it's weak. Tau's weak. And then Stretch is over 100. How much did they buy today? Let's see. 211 Bitcoin. Energy all down a lot. Oil down a lot. Fence pretty much flat. Pete Hegseth feels good. Fertilizer's crushed. Individual names, SanDisk up 10, Apple up 1%, Micron up 10, Meta up 1%. They look terrible. Look at Meta, looks like shit, dude. I feel doesn't look good at all. Intel up 10. Individual names, I just care about hymns down 5. AMD was up a good amount. Figma, who cares? Yeah, I don't care about any of these names. Hood, 1%, looks terrible. Hyperliquid, so here we are. Brent is at $100. Thank God we closed it where we did. Just remember this, the shaft, the ball and dick pattern just didn't play out very well. Usually a free long if you break out of the ball and dick, like you got an extra leg here, but then it just off a cliff. So this will be an important level if it reclaims bottom shaft, but it's been pretty much a brutal trade here. This is a brutal headline. Wow. Solana-based crypto DEX drift protocols. This $270 million hack is not an April Fool's joke. Oh, speaking of April Fools, really quick, I guess, before I move on. Some companies like decided just to commit securities fraud on April Fools for like no particular reason. Liquidity protocol comes out and says Circle has acquired liquidity. I mean, how fucking stupid are you? The acquisition will enable Circle to offer its users a non-freezable stablecoin and directly distribute yield on the Clarity Act. It's like, are you actually stupid? Happy April Fools. I mean, this is like, this is crime. I mean, this is like like someone should go to jail for this, I think. This is like actual, look at this. I mean, this is a criminal activity. Yeah, the chart pump, look at the chart. This is a criminal activity. This is not an April. This is the equivalent of telling your boy it's a prank and you pour battery acid on his skin while he sleeps. And then he gets up and you're like, it's just a prank. Ah. And he's like, what? My skin is burned off and I'm never going to recover and I have to go to the hospital. That's basically what just happened. They're like, yeah, we just had like the greatest outcome that could have ever happened to us in a speculative market with a liquid token just happened. And then let it trade for like 20 minutes and then be like, oh, by the way, it was an April Fool's joke. It's like, April Fool's is not funny. Nothing about April Fool's is funny. It was never funny. And it's like a millennial thing that they try to convince you was funny. It's like, jokes are not funny. This is another one. We're excited to announce that Frontrun has been acquired by Anthropic AI in a $141 million transaction. It's like, what? What? Never do April Fool's Day. Never ever do April Fool's Day as a company. And never ever do April Fool's Day as a company with a liquid token ever. Here's one more, by the way. Hyperbridge announces we've been breached. We're working hard to fix this. And it was an April Fool's joke, but luckily not a single dollar bridged off because there's no money that is on Polkadot or uses this bridge ever. But yeah, like I replied and said, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I mean, you were just like bad people. It's not funny. Nothing about this is funny. I just hate millennials. I'm sorry. If you are one, you're one of the good ones. But it's just like a bad generation, man. Except for the guys in the pit, obviously. You guys are my homies. But it's just like a weird gen. You know, it's like I don't get goes on. What happened there? Let's do war updates. Time to talk about Pete Hegseth. The president of Iran has made a state of the union to the American people, which is, I mean, that's crazy. It's like dedicated to Americans. And I'm going to read it to you. And then we are going to set up for what is about to happen tonight. And then we're going to talk about the snap trade, which is one of my favorite trades of all time. I seriously am like so excited about this trade. So let's read the article. All right. Iran's president to Americans. Look beyond war propaganda fog. Reject manufactured threat. Okay. Let's go. Here's the State of the Union address. Let's read it. It's not very long. Okay, we're not going to read this whole thing. We get the basic gist here, right? Of America bad, Iran good. Iran has never instigated and or started any conflict with America. This is their fault. So the one thing that's interesting here is that everybody is coming out before this Trump speech tonight to make their stance and to say what they need to say and to get some shit off. And I don't know what is going to be announced tonight, but it feels really unlikely that it's going to be the end of the war. That feels hard for me to like accept. That doesn't feel like it's going to happen. The timing of this, I was like optimistic yesterday on some level of Taco Supreme. And it also felt like the market today was ready for some level of Taco Supreme. But the comments that are coming out, I don't know. We just keep doing this 2 to 3 weeks thing on Trump, and we just cannot move until it escalates or ends. There's no moving till we escalate or end. There's nothing can happen. This is a real quote, by the way, from an official news outlet, U.S. official to Axios. This isn't 3D chess. It's 12D, so it's 4 times bigger than 3D. He contradicts himself regularly, so nobody knows what he's thinking. It's on purpose, I guess. All right, this is one of my favorite stories I've seen in a long time. Activist investing. Basically, I think it was created in the last like day. Irenic Cap. Okay. New York, San Francisco. Irenic Cap invests in public and private markets. Nothing is investment advice or an offer to buy or sell securities. See disclosures. They follow one person, Elon Musk. Their following list for having never tweeted is so OP, bro. Suspended Cap, like just Chads. Dean App, Tetrini, Vicky, Billy Walsh, Will Clemente, Cooker Flips, like the biggest. Sobe, Bill Ackman, Steve Hu, Tulip King, Tom Lee, Unemployed Cap, Ponzi, Pomp, Martin Shkreli, TVPN, Joe Weisenthal, like they're stacked. They've never tweeted. And so they make this post on March 31st, okay? And it's titled, Some Thoughts on Snap. Save Snap now. And so I want to just show you the market and then we'll go over the article. 8:03 a.m. on March 31st. So basically right here, this candle right here. They post this article and Snap rips a plus 23% banker from that. And you could have watched this first candle, because like you're not gonna fucking time it instantly. You could have watched the first candle go crazy, hour close, and you still could have banked like a 10%er just today. Nasty. So they post this article, and it's some thoughts on Snap. Save Snap now. Okay. And so here's what they post. Snap back to reality. Save snapnow.com. Snap has the potential to be a great company and a double AI winner. Through meaningfully improved operating efficiency and monetization, Irenic has outlined 6 steps to 7x Snap share price to $26 a share. And so they sent out this letter, and it's a long letter, but I'll just read you like the first page. Okay. So they sent a Snap, and they say, Dear Evan Spiegel, we're writing to you on behalf of Irenic Capital Management. Irenic, or we, manages $2.5 billion, and we have become a substantial shareholder in Snap. We own an economic interest of 2.5% of Snap's Class A shares. 2.5%. We bought Snap because we think the social network you built is an extraordinarily valuable asset. Chat, be honest right now. Everybody answer. Do you use Snapchat at least once a week? Yes or no? Be honest. Don't lie. I use it once a week, I would say, but that's about it. Once a month, maybe. I used to use it a lot. I don't use it very much anymore. It was quad platinum when I was in high school, and it was maybe like triple gold in college. If you're over 20 and you still use Snap, you need to look in the mirror. Whose strategic value is only increasing. There are very few scaled social networks. In the United States, there's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Snap. I mean, Snap is definitely the like outlier here. These environments are the natural distribution points for AI. In addition, the ability to monetize these platforms through higher return on advertising spend should be dramatically enhanced by AL and ML tools and is already evident at Meta. We also bought Snap because we admire you as a founder and as an entrepreneur. That's a really hot take. Even if you were to do nothing else, what you have already accomplished, building one of the fastest social networks to reach 100 million users, approaching 1 billion MAUs, developing Lens and Snapchat Plus, puts you in the front rank of great entrepreneurs. But we think you have a second act. It's past time, to build a great company, not just great products. We're taking the neutral step of writing to you as a public letter because Snap isn't a typical public company. Shareholders like us do not vote for Snap directors, and we can't tell you what to do. This is your company. We can only attempt to persuade you to do the right things for your shareholder partners. Attached to this letter is a presentation. It's titled Snap Back to Reality, which can also be found at savesnap.com. It's an outline of a series of recommendations to, well, save Snap. So here's the recommendations. This is crazy. $1 invested in Snap at IPO is worth 23 cents today. It's underperformed Meta in the NASDAQ by 364 percentage points. It trades at 1.2x revenue. Meta trades at 5.2x revenue. So let's see. So these are basically their what they propose in this article. So basically, hedge fund, $2.5 billion goes out. They market by 2.5% of Snapchat. They post a letter saying Snapchat should be worth 7x more than it is right now. And here's exactly what to do to make it worth 7x more than it is right now. They post it Instantly, their 2.5% of Snapchat is marked up 25% on the second they post. On the second they post, bro. Activist investing. You can't, it's Bill Ackman mode, bro. Go short the entire market. Go on CNBC. Start talking about why COVID is going to ruin the world. Cry to really commit to the bit. Everything gets marked down 20%. Your fund gets marked up 100%. Sell everything. Buy the bottom. You're a legendary investor. Raise a massive fund and then get marked down 25% year over year in 2026. Well, SPY's down like 6. So here's their proposal. Rationalize the cost structure. At 3,000 employees before COVID, has 5,200 today. Fire. Align employee incentives. Snap uses use of stock to compensate employees is too substantial and even more costly when you consider how undervalued Snap shares are. Focus on using AI to improve ad monetization. Monetize the latent AI opportunity. I don't even know what this means. Take advantage of your discounted valuation. If it starts generating higher cash, you should use a good portion of it to invest in the business and buy back its discounted stock. So buy back. Improve corporate governance. So I think they have some weird governance structure. And so, yeah, they write this fucking article and they post it and they have a presentation as well. So like cost improvements, shut down the specs. Does anyone own the specs? Improve monetization, rationalize cost, deploy AI, do all this. Da, da, da. Anyways, they put this thing out. Snapchat candles plus 25%. Snap. Instant. No pun intended. And what's the presentation? Oh, it's so long. Look at this thing. Holy fuck. Dude, you think he read this? Oh my God. It's so long. Dude, it's so long. Yeah, it's crazy. We're obviously not going to read it, but it's crazy long. And yeah, they bought 2.5%. It better fucking be long. But dude, I'm going to be honest. It's one of my favorite tweets, like, of all time. Because I'm kind of obsessed with this, like, activist investing. Because, you know, I just got done reading, or like, not reading, but talking about Seem Taleb and the active randomness and how you got lucky, or a lot of people get lucky trading. And then watching Chamath's YouTube video, which I hate to inform you is really good. Really sorry to tell you, really good. About how hard it is to invest and how everyone, you know, fucking loses money. And then you see guys like what Citrini does, what they just did, what Roaring Kitty did with GameStop, what Michael Burry did with GameStop. And I mean, look, I'm not like coming on the stream and advocating for pumping and dumping and whatnot, but taking a massive stake in a company and then writing a public call to action and working for your bags, except it's like a $10 billion company, is fucking, I mean, bro, it's fucking electric. I don't know what else to tell you. It's fucking electric. And so here's a couple takes on this. People really hate Evan Spiegel. Like, really hate this guy. Really, really, really hate this guy. And so, this quote tweet, Sophie, I think she works for A16Z. Evan Spiegel might be the unsung poster boys of ZIRP. This is like the COVID. We talked about this in the meeting. I forget what it stands for. Zero interest rate policy, which is basically like bubble. Retards get money. Non-technical founder, great product mind, but completely allergic to making money. Crazy stock-based comp at the whole company, and he himself sold like 1.8 billion while Snap's growth slows and they lose money every quarter. Married a supermodel, $120 million house in LA. Somehow found his way onto the board of KKR, all while continuing to sell his equity in a company that always misses earnings and might never be profitable. It's incredible, really. Telling my kids this is what was possible during ZIRP. And so people really hate Evan Spiegel. Let's actually see. He's worth $2 billion. Holy fuck. I mean, you got to give credit where it's due. Snapchat is it was a monster. He does kind of have a hateable face, and he is worth $2 billion. But this is what the chart did today. And I have $124 on Robinhood, and so I bought options with low expiry. I'm up 50% on $120 with Snapchat. That's all I have in Robinhood. And this thing ripped 23%. And so so look, 14% one day was higher than this. One day return after publishing this piece. Adam is a rock star in the making. So smart, definitely worth a follow. And so I Googled this guy, okay? His name is Adam Katz. And he's like a ghost. The guy doesn't exist. He's completely a ghost on the internet. Does not exist. You search him on Twitter, and he doesn't exist. This post was made with 1 like. There was a post today about this announcement. Adam drops in by name. 1 like. There's a post the other day. No likes. There's a sneaky podcast right here that has 2.5 thousand views. 2.5 thousand views. No one's seen it. 1 comment, bro. One comment, 2.5 thousand views. Guy's a fucking ghost and nothing. Here's the same interview, 54 likes, and that's basically it. He's like never been. He's a complete ghost on the internet. Here's them talking about it in October 2022. And so Irenic Capital Management is a newly established activist hedge fund. This is like a meta, bro. Activist hedge fund. This is what they do. Buy a massive stake and then actively rip it. Activist hedge fund. Co-founded by Elliott Investment Management's veteran Adam Katz. At Elliott, Katz previously successfully led several high-profile activist campaigns, including at Aloka and Acronic. David Teppermode, who is that? Interesting. This is the meta. Like, this is what they do. And so you Google this guy, basically nothing comes up. He's a LinkedIn. I can't even see his profile because I'm not signed in. Nothing. And you get this article from very recently. Actually, not very. It's a year old. Activist Irenic Capital quickly gains ground. Since Adam Katz formed Irenic Capital Management with Andy Dodge. Let's Google that name real quick. Look at this. There's nothing. Launched a new activist hedge fund this year that will focus on small to mid-cap companies. There's nothing on this guy. Like, they're complete ghosts. It doesn't exist. There's like one report made. So this article comes up. Since Adam Katz formed Irenic Capital with Andy Dodge, the firm is engaged in a flurry of public activist campaigns. Let's see. They launched with 335 million. Okay, they now have 2.5 billion. This is 1.4. They've doubled in a year. So it was at 335. This was written March a year ago, basically. They were worth 1.4, and now they have 2.5 under management. Insane. We're going to the moon.
All right, and LPE, just want to verify we have.
Why have we never gone since?
At this time. And for all personnel, this is the
High
entity
costs.
conducting the Artemis II launch readiness check.
Why do you want to be here? Why do you love space? Why do you love being a part of history?
We're going back to the fucking moon, that's why.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Go back to the fucking moon, man.
RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll
Wow.
pitch. Integrity
Godspeed.
AMT high.
My fellow Americans.
On time has
God
5 seconds.
fucking speed. Imagine one coin you held one time did this.
Main engines throttling up.
Wow.
guidance Converged.
Damn. NASA's cool as fuck. Nothing better than hearing an American-ass astronaut like on the Voice. Saying like, God bless, brother. One small step for man, one huge step for mankind. I love you all. I appreciate you. I'm live every day at 3:30 p.m. PST. I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be an important. I can't even talk anymore. It's going to be an important stream. Every stream's an important stream. I love you all. I appreciate you all so much. I'll see you when I see you. I'll catch you when I catch you. Have a great rest of your day. I love you, motherfuckers. Peace. I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.